Hello and welcome back here to another podcast on TalkFCB, and right now we're going to talk about right backs, which is something that has been going on since the start of the summer. There's been a number of players linked with that. There's been a number of players linked away from the club, the likes of Montoya last season, that we didn't know whether he was going to renew his contract. He could have left on a free transfer. Dani Alves also linked with an exit in, a lot of the summer really. Inter Milan, Liverpool being mentioned, PSG, Monaco, they've all been mentioned. Dani Alves and Montoya are still with the club, but there still remains speculation that Barcelona are very keen to bring in another right back. So we're going to look at the three possible right backs that Barcelona could sign this summer and look at the strengths and weaknesses in signing those players. Number one is the less intensely linked Juanfran from Atletico Madrid. Now, this is a very interesting proposition. Atletico Madrid have signed two right backs this summer in Jesus Gamez and Ansaldi from Russia. Now, it's going to be interesting to see whether Atletico Madrid are interested in selling Juanfran and whether Barcelona are actually interested enough to go and make an offer. Personally, from where I'm standing, listening to the rumours and hearing the stories, I don't think Barcelona are too intensely interested in signing Juanfran. I think that he's a last resort. He is, getting to the peak of his career now. He's getting towards his 30s, but he's still a very, very good player. And he's the perfect right back for Barcelona, really. A very solid defensively right back, but going forward as well, he can really produce the passes. And that's what you need. We need a right back who's very solid defensively, who can hold together, when being put under pressure by opposition players, but he also needs the final ball when going forward and needs to be able to produce magic in the opposition third. So Juanfran for me is one that's been linked and one that I would be happy enough with, but I just don't think Barcelona are going to go out and sign Juanfran this summer. Second one is Borussia Dortmund's Piszczek. Now, it's a very interesting signing. Again, I don't watch a lot of Bundesliga, so I haven't seen him consistently over a season. So I'm basically talking now from watching him in Champions League matches and also watching him for his national side, which is Poland. Now, Piszczek is, like Juanfran, very good defensively and very good offensively. Again, the right balance, but again, he is getting on towards his 30s. 28 now, Lukasz Piszczek. He's obviously been brought on by Jurgen Klopp, so he's very, very good in terms of technical ability. He's good with the ball. He's fine to play in the Barcelona system. You wouldn't have to break the bank for him. I'd say 15, 16 million, something like that, maybe on the door of Dortmund. I think they would sell. They're not particularly good at hanging on to players when big clubs make bids. Personally, again, though, I'm not sure that Barcelona are going to go and sign him. The problem with Barcelona board and the board of directors, they're not really logical thinkers. They don't really go for the option that seems best. They go for the most exciting option, which is brilliant when you go for attacking players, but when you're looking at defensive options, it's often better to go for the safer and more reliable option rather than the expansive and exciting option. But that leads me on to my third point, which is Juan Cuadrado. Cuadrado has been linked throughout the summer. Before the World Cup he was linked, during the World Cup he's linked, and after the World Cup he's now being linked. He was brilliant for the World Cup of Colombia, playing right midfield. So that's the difference here. If we're going to sign Cuadrado, I would like to sign him as a winger, not as a right back for me. I think Cuadrado is offensively a phenomenal player. He's very, very quick, very, very skillful, got fantastically quick feet. He would fit into our system brilliantly. I think signing Cuadrado as an offensive player as well, he'd give us something very unique. We don't really have any player like him in our squad at the moment. He's got raw talent, he's got a lot of pace, can get in behind, and when teams are parking the bus, he could be very, very key to unlocking that, because you can't deal with somebody with that amount of pace. He stays very wide as well, he keeps his width very well, he opens the pitch up, and at the new camp, and that's a brilliant thing to have. If you can open the pitch up the size of our pitch, that'll really stretch defences. As a right back, I'm not sure he's played a lot of his time there. Converting him into a right back is a different thing. If we sign him as a winger and convert him, that may work. You've seen what happened to Jordi Alba at Valencia. He's predominantly started as a left midfielder, but he was, sort of converted into a left back, and now we do have a very offensive but decently defensive left back in Jordi Alba. But it's going to be interesting to see what Barcelona do. The other thing as well is the Fiorentina are asking for quite a bit of money for Cuadrado. We're talking 35 million euros here for a man who isn't proven at the very, very top level of European football, despite having a very, very good World Cup and performing pretty well in Serie A last season. He still isn't quite worth anything over 30 million in my opinion. Be interesting though if we do sign him. I think he does look a brilliant player, an exciting player, but in terms of a right back, I'm not so sure. I think the best option at the moment is probably Lukasz Piszczek. I think in terms of right backs out there and solid right backs, there's not actually many of them around. You know, it's very, very difficult in the current market to really pick out a right back and say, you know, that's brilliant. I think Pablo Zabaleta at Man City, they've got a perfect right back. Again, though, he is getting on, but for a defender, you know, the ages of 30 are okay. I mean, they've got a brilliant right back in Zabaleta, one that can go forward and has got the energy to get back and defend well as well. And so it's going to be difficult to find one. It's going to be difficult to find the problem. I don't believe that Montoya is the answer. I don't think that he's going to grow into a phenomenal right back, but I'd love to see him prove me wrong. You know, I haven't had much faith in him, but there was nothing more than I'd like to see him prove me wrong, come out next season, put in some brilliant performances, gain some confidence and get some match time, and maybe go on and become a great right back. But for me, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Dani Alves will do a job this season, but in the last year of his contract, I think next summer we may well have a transfer ban, so that's maybe why they're looking at it now. But it's going to be interesting to see if someone will come in. But I think I am going to say that someone will come in. We are going to make one more signing. Bartomeu and Zubizarreta have been very vocal in saying our budget is not gone. We're still out there looking for players, and the player we're looking for is a right back. It's just who and when rather than if. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also leave your comments below. Really want to hear what you guys think about the right back situation. What exactly should we do? Who should we sign? Also, don't forget to leave comments below telling me what to do in my next podcast. Got more podcasts coming up for you here on TalkFCB. Thanks for watching as always. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next podcast.